So everything that passes across the waywalk, the waywalk reflects those objects to the wall of the cave. Hi, this video is for philosophy subject, and in this recording I'm going to be talking about the allegory of the cave. Well, the allegory of the cave talks about a group of people who are in a cave, and it's told in book 7 of the 10 books of Plato, entitled Republica, or the Republic. And as we see from the story, if we read the story, there are dialogues between characters in the story. And as we see there, this story is about a group of people who are in a cave, but they are chained, in which they cannot see the right side or the left side of their body, and at the back, they are settled to see only those in front of them. While behind them, there is a big fire, and between these people and the fire, there is a walkway in which people can just pass by. Animals can pass by there, and birds, or also people carrying things with them, trees with them, flowers with them. So from this picture, from this description, we can see that because these people pass between these chained people and the fire, so everything that passes across the waywalk, the waywalk reflects those objects to the wall of the cave. And these people, these prisoners, are only able to see the reflections of the objects which are on the wall. And because that's all what they can see, they make assumptions. They talk about their reality. So it's like, okay, they name the thing, and they speculate, and also they argue about what they are looking at, as if those things they are looking at were the reality, and that's all what they have. And then in the story, in the dialogues, you can imagine, like when one of these prisoners comes out of the cave somehow, and then he sees that actually those things that they have been experiencing, those things that they have been looking at the wall, are not actually the reality, but it's those people who are passing behind them, and that what they see are only the reflections of the things that pass behind them. So he sees this, and then he comes out of the cave, as I say, we can see in the story. So he comes out of the cave, and then he sees the sun, and then he sees the trees, and then more people, and then animals. So he sees the real world, which are out there. Then, he gets adjusted to this real world, and then he comes down again to his to tell his companions, his friends, those chained people. But in the story, we see that those people do not believe him. Okay. So they do not trust him. They mock him of what he is telling them. So it's like, okay, you are lying. So the reality is here in front of us in the wall. What you're telling us is actually just nonsense. So that's what they do to him. in the story. So like they hate him, they argue with him. So the majority is against this person who has the experience coming out of the cave and looking at the real world and telling these companions the truth. Okay. So as we can see from the title or from the name, it's called the Allegory of the Cave. There must be the real objects represented by this story. So as we can see that there are a lot of things represented in these stories, and it's really, really interesting in politics or in education and many other things. So who are these people in the cave? Okay. These people in the cave can refer to anybody. Maybe in the time of Plato, because Plato wrote this dialogue, this refers to the people in the time, the people of Athens or the Greek people at the time Plato wrote this dialogue. However, for now, it is known that these people in the cave represent us, those living in the world, like all of us. Okay, so you can be there in the cave, chained, unable to move, or I can be there, in which I have no ability to move my head to see the right side or the left side. So I'm confined and I'm limited. My sight is limited only in front of me. So I cannot see anything else. So this is the people. Okay. Now, what about the one who comes out from the cave? From the story, if we read the dialogues, book 7, we can see that the one who comes out from the cave represents the philosopher. Okay, so at that time, this represents the philosophers because this means that by thinking, by examining the world, by looking around, okay, the philosopher has the sight, the insight. He has the ability to understand the world better than any other people. Okay. Now, so this will represent the one at that time we can be called the philosophers, but at this time this can refer to anyone who is enlightened with understanding about the world, with the truth. Okay, that can be scientists. It depends on what we are talking about. Okay, in which when you know something is true, and then you come to the rest of the people, and then you criticize the thing that has been known as the truth conventionally, what happens usually is that those people with this conventional truth, conventional belief, will not accept what the one with the enlightened one is telling them. Okay. Now, if we apply this to ourselves, to the time where we are right now, well, anyone can claim, okay, I can claim to be in the cave, or teachers, mentors, politicians, they can also claim to be the ones who come out of the cave and come back and then enlighten the people, tell them about the truth. However, as we continue to look at the story, we'll see that these people, anybody can have the chance to be in the cave or to be the one who comes out from the cave. Now, what is the big message from this story? As we can see that we have to get out of subjectivity. Okay? When criticizing things, when we are against something, when we are talking about something, especially for right now, we talk about justice. We talk about beliefs. We talk about moral systems, moral conducts. We talk about what is right, what is wrong. We talk about ethics. In talking about these things, philosophically, actually, we are limited by our understanding, by our education, by our experience. But what is more dangerous philosophically is that we subjectively evaluate things. Okay. So I think that the big message, one of the big messages from this allegory of the cave is to get out of subjectivity. So when talking about something, you have to think about whether are you subjective about that, or are you objective? And then another message, I think, is that we have to be open-minded about our values, our beliefs. We have to be open to be criticized. Okay, anyone can be criticized. Anything can be criticized because when we have this way of thinking, and then the truth can be discovered. But when we say that you cannot criticize me, or I am the only one who is right, okay, we cannot arrive at the truth. So that's it. So in the allegory of the cave, what we can see is that we have to be open-minded, and that we have to get out of subjectivity. We have to be objective, and we have to examine the truth. Okay. Or in other words, we have to study more. We have to have the desire to strengthen our mind, our skills about the world, in order to live well and to live better from now on. Thank you.
Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan video pembelajaran kali ini, dan jangan lupa untuk like, komen, dan subscribe channel Kuliah Teknokrat, serta nyalakan juga tanda loncengnya agar kalian tidak ketinggalan informasi update lainnya. Selanjutnya, kita saksikan video profil Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia.
Lampung, the Treasures of Sumatra, is a province that becomes the gateway to the Sumatra Island. Lampung has 2 municipalities and 13 districts, consisting of 234 sub-districts. The province, with an area of 35,587 km squares, owns millions of extraordinary natural beauty. Education in Lampung province is also highly considered and colored by the existence of Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia. Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia has 3 faculties and 12 study programs. Faculty of Engineering and Computer Sciences with the 6 study programs: Electrical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Engineering, Information Technology, Informatics, Information System. Faculty of Economics and Business with 2 study programs, Management and Accounting. Faculty of Arts and Education with 4 study programs, English Literature, Mathematics Education, English Education, and Physical Education. Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia believes that education is the key to the advancement of a nation. Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia commits to produce and develop future leaders through the educations of quality characters. This receives a very good reception and trust from the community, which is marked by increasing interest in students from year to year.
Our outstanding quality of education is also recognized by National Accreditation Board for Higher Educations by obtaining institutional accreditations of baik sekali or very good level. International partnership to top universities around the world are also initiated to support the visions of the university.
Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia also prepares the students to face the globalization's era through the use of digital technology. Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia has a number of representative facilities provided to support the learning process, such as comfortable classroom, laboratories, information technology, and the internet. Our vision is to be an excellent university in Sumatra with international standard and able to play an active role in nation building through three pillars of higher educations, comprising educations, research, and community service. We have graduated outstanding students who can be accepted in state agencies and other large companies. At Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia, the students and lecturers are encouraged to create and innovate by creating products and services that benefit the community through research activities and community services. In an effort to achieve its visions and missions, the academics of Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia are guided by the organizational culture values of discipline, quality, creative, and innovative. To support the quality of learning processes, we have very complete and sophisticated facilities, including digital-based smart classroom, hotspot in campus area, sport facilities, auditorium, and students' hall. Come and be a part of us, the campus of champion, Universitas Teknokrat Indonesia.